Hi, welcome to Nina in the Kitchen. Today I'm honoring a request from Lady Time, chicken Francese, or actually there's two pronunciations. French is chicken Francais and Italian is chicken Francese, and I kind of did a mix of the two. Anyway, this is a great Italian-American dish, so simple and it's just so delicious. So there's a lot of flavor here. And let me show you the ingredients. We're starting with, I took 2 chicken breasts, cut them in half, pounded these out, and that's them. We have some flour, and that's just for dredging. 2 eggs that I put about a teaspoon, maybe a tablespoon of water just to denature it, to make it break up quicker. I have I poured a cup of wine. This is a Chardonnay. Any white dry wine will do. I only needed half a cup, so I guess I'm gonna have a little drinky poo. I have 2 cups of chicken broth. This is homemade, which is best. If you're using store-bought, buy low sodium, please. Then I have a little flour. I took 2 tablespoons of butter and just cubed it up, as you can see. I have 2 lemons. Really, you just need 1, but I thought, you know, whenever I use lemon, I have a problem with using just the juice and not the oils that are in the skin. That's really where you get your flavor. So I'm going to grate the lemon zest from half of a lemon, and I'll use the other half for the juice. With the other lemon, I'm going to slice the lemon and put them in the pan and create a sauce around them, and it's so flavorful, so delicious. This is a wonderful dish. Thank you, Lady Time, for asking for it. Okay, let's go. First thing I'm doing is to salt and pepper these medallions. If you do it from up high, you get a better broadcast of where this salt lands. And you know, you can keep it away from your floor. It's gonna get around. But same thing with the pepper, and the reason for that is everything, the whole piece being seasoned rather than little focal areas. So that's an important thing to know. Next thing is, these go into your dredge. There's your flour. While it's in there, a little salt, a little pep, a little flip, and just shake off the excess. Oops, I forgot to do this. Okay, so you can just shake the flour off. I had to stop to beat the egg. I have a little too much flour on that one, that's okay. While I'm doing this, I have oil heating up. The oil I'm using is a mixture of olive oil, vegetable oil. A lot of people like to do a knob of butter, throw that in there too for that butter flavor. The other things I'm going to prep before going over there is I just wanted to show you how thinly these are cut. I don't like to get these too brown because then they become bitter. So I cut these about 1/4 inch thick, and you eat this with your meal. It's a nice little addition. It's a nice little garnish, but it's also something that's yummy. And then you just want to pick these little seeds out. Then the other thing I want to do is take some of this zest off of here. The one that's not so pretty gets zested, and then I'm going to use juice from half of this lemon, and that will finish the sauce off at the end. And I think that looks pretty good. That's about half of a teaspoon. I'll cut that for the juice. So there's no waiting. The other thing is, classically, this is made with what's called a beurre manier. Beurre, butter, French, and the manier is your hands. You massage flour into pieces of butter, and you can do it on your countertop. Then you take a bench scraper and you flip it and you make sort of a paste out of it, and that can become a thickener for the sauce. Or you can take half and half. I have 2 tablespoons here, and I'm just taking these pieces and kind of flattening them like that. And that's going to give me a perfect beurre manier without any massaging and no mess on your counter. You just have to do that. Smush it up, smush it in the flour, and you're done. That's it. I'm just going to do 2 pieces at a time, and these will only take about 2 minutes per side. When they come out, I'm putting them on a plate with a paper towel. If you'll notice, I'm not cooking these so that they're very brown. I'm cooking these until they're cooked. And the way you can tell is that all around the periphery, you're going to start seeing what looks like cooked chicken, and the interior is raw also. You'll have little pools of juice forming on top of the meat. You see that? It's a little wet. So now is when you flip it, and another 2 minutes and that will be cooked. I'm just getting some of the grease out of these little nooks and crannies. We're going to make a sauce, but I don't want this to be greasy. And they feel done, which is good. If you overcook chicken, you know, it becomes like cardboard. Okay, now I'm going to empty all but about 2 tablespoons of this fat. Now is when the magic starts to happen. I'm going to put these lemon slices in here just to give them a little color. And get them warmed through. That was a little thick. That's okay. You want all these little brown bits to remain in your pan because that's your flavor. That's a base that you cannot create any other way, so save it. I don't want it to get too dark though, so I'm keeping my eye on this brown color. As soon as it starts getting away from me, that's when I'm going to stop the cooking by putting my chicken broth in. Okay, here goes the broth. I'm going to save a half cup of that. I don't think we need 2 full cups, so I put 1.5 cups in here. 1.5 cups of chicken broth and half of a cup of white wine. And that's mine. Just bump this up to high, I should say, and just let it boil away. I'm going to clean this mess up and I'll be back. I'm starting to take these pieces of lemon out because they're cooked. They're cooked through. The flavors have gone into the sauce. Now really these are just going to be garnished along with some fresh parsley, which I'm going to cut up right now. You want about 1/4 cup of chopped parsley for this. This dish is almost boiled down to half volume. It's been 3 minutes. I'm going to give it another 2 minutes. And then I'll cut the heat. This is down to half volume by now. All of the little bits on the bottom are gone. So now here's when your beurre manier goes in. And that's just going to thicken everything. You want to cook this for about another minute. I'm keeping that chicken broth close by in case this gets too thick. You can thin it with the chicken broth. This is just something to glaze with. So you can see it's very soupy, but it's velvety. You see it's still drippy. Perfect. So now I'm going to just put these pieces of chicken back in. These are going in just to warm up. So you really don't need much. And at the last minute, I'm going to put in the zest, some lemon juice, parsley. And that's the dish. Very simple, so easy. Let me take a taste of that sauce to see if there needs any correction. Ooh, that's so good. I've been eating this, it's so delicious. Thank you, LT, for asking about this. So, a couple of things. One is when you're tasting the sauce, just remember that you haven't tasted it with the meat yet. That makes a big difference because the meat, you've had seasoning on it. It's also going to add another flavor. And if you're using chicken, then it's going to dull the flavors that are in the sauce, right? Because chicken's really kind of bland. The other thing I want to tell you is you can have a Francese made with flat fish like flounder. You can use pounded out chicken thighs, the boneless, skinless chicken thighs. There's a use for them after all. And one of my favorites is a shrimp. Shrimp Francese is, I think, my favorite. Okay, so again, thank you for watching. Thank you, LT, for asking about this, and let me know what you think. Thank you so much. Bye, guys.